Well, that was fun. So that was everything just blacked out. The computer just went pew and then came back on. That's gonna be fun, especially since I have guests today. So it's good that I'm ice skating, across a thawing pond digitally. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Uh, Good Lord. So, all right, now I have to check my audio and my linkages and that kind of stuff. That was a curious crash. What happened there? This is good. Everybody's panicking. This is all right. I blame Discord, and I'm going to turn off any. I feel like I'm on the bridge of the Enterprise. I'm just shutting off all unnecessary stuff. And it could be, I blame the Chinese balloon. It was shot down, but there's another one. It's the one in South America. It's drifting over the country. Let me, before I close this, am I back? Yep, there they go. And I don't know where my bloody chat went. That you can always tell when I'm having tech issues. I always start speaking with an Irish, English, or Scottish accent, and it's there is no specific delineation that I use. There's no, it's getting worse. It's Scottish. Oh, it's okay. It's Australian. It's the whole thing. It's not the internet. It's simply like I had to reinstall everything, and I had a thing yesterday. So the solution I came up with bringing guests on the show that worked so well at the end of the radio show on Saturday. I was going to use that today, and yesterday setting it up, it would just crash the software over and over. So apparently it works on the Mac but doesn't work on the PC. But everything else works on the PC but doesn't work on the Mac. And so yeah, there we are. Either way, I need to test something real quick so that I know if I can hear audio from that end. So I'm going to do that with, I don't know. I'll just play something real quick. All right. Did you guys hear that? I think maybe. Did you guys hear audio from let's see. You didn't hear me playing audio? Okay. See, that's the thing I gotta fix. All right. So we switch this. I love fixing stuff on the fly. It's what I do. Come on now. Well, that's right. That's right. Okay. And then, that's why. Hey, there we go. Excellent. Now, that fixed it, hopefully. And you should hear...
analysis on the world's number 2 economy.
Did you hear that? Was that clear and concise? Was it good? Was it solid, that piece of audio? I'm just checking stuff because, again, we have guests today. I'm very excited in the second hour, and I want to have all these problems. I got to clean up before guests come over. I got to clean up the cat vomit and move the litter box to the garage. All the things you do when you try to get all fancy pants. The other thing, too, is that I will make sure that I have my panel open for them to pop on when they do. So lots of stuff happening today. Let me, and you did hear that? Okay, great. Excellent. All right. When I woke up this morning, the first thing, let's see, before I switch over, because I do not trust this guy, because, yeah, there we go. I want to make sure that morning comes. There we go. Yep. Okay, good. So if I switch to this, we should be all right. Hey, look at that. I love when stuff works. So this morning when I woke up, Sean Penn was not the top trend. It was turkey. Right there. Also, by the way, for the record, you're going to see this a bunch today. There's another way of spelling turkey that spells it Turkiye, Turkey, right? Which is closer to how they pronounce it. and is not the bird. The president used that spelling today in the same way that a lot of people are starting to say Kyiv instead of Kiev, although there's plenty of debate about whether or not it's necessary to even do that. However, using a closer to reality, anglicized name for a country is always better. Adopt it and move on. Don't get mad that you can't make like Thanksgiving jokes about an entire country going for it. It's Turkey. And quite frankly, if most people pronounced it Turkey, which is closer to what they're saying, our relationship with the country and its place in the world would be vastly different. Now, we'll get to that, no doubt. Sean Penn is trending because he thinks that people who I don't even know if this is new video, but and everything's getting. This is what somebody posted. If someone chooses not to get a COVID vaccine, they should choose to stay home, not go to work, and not have a job. This is like at the height of the fucking pandemic, during a time when we hadn't reached herd immunity, all that kind of stuff. Insofar as I know, this may be newer, but even still, he might be talking in terms of overseas or whatever. But the point is, look, I got news for you. If there's a contagion going around, and you could kill other people with it, whether or not you believe the vaccine is the cure or not, staying in for a while it's in the process of happening, good, best practice. Just saying. And his reaction, it seems like, and I can't speak for the man, but was like a lot of ours, which is like if you don't give a fuck about your fellow human beings and you're going to cough something awful all over them, and then perhaps, or quite frankly, honestly, go out and catch it yourself and die from it. And by the way, in the process of dying from it, gack up the fucking hospitals so that if there's a school bus crash, I'm sorry, we don't have a bed for your kid because this asshole decided he wanted to go shopping, and he had to go right now. Like that, I mean, just the lack of like mature response to it, and the instant polarization around all of this stuff requires a big hashtag calm the fuck down. I'm starting to believe that ultimately that keep calm and carry on, the British kind of queenly saying, yeah, sure, whatever, is really just the polite, keep up appearances way of saying calm the fuck down. It's the same thing. Calm down and get the fuck out of here. Like, keep calm and carry on that's what it is. Is Steely Dan 68 here? Yes, that Steely Dan is trending, which is always a good thing. And I want to thank them for providing me with one of the funniest music cues from one of our lighting and sound people at a comedy club ever. Because when I did a show at Flappers, and I forget, one of the, I want to say it was Charlene. Anyways, yeah, Charlene was talking about pegging, which is a sexual act, arguably female to male, using an apparatus usually strapped onto the person. Don't Google it. Anyways, she started talking about it, and she's like, who even knows about these things? And of course, because I pride myself on knowing everything, I go up there and I'm like, it's this. This is what pegging is. It's a and the sound person played Peg by Steely Dan on my way off stage. It was just great. It was just great. It was so funny. Yeah. Sometimes if you've got an Alexa or a Siri in your house, sometimes just ask them to play you some Steely Dan. Just do it. Your life will be better because of it. So Turkey is now on the third one. This is, prepare yourself, because this is some rough shit. Look at this castle. This is 2,200 years this thing's been standing. It's gone. crumbled. I'm sure like the biblical types will be like running around, prepping themselves for the rapture now, because this is it's like Jericho, the Lord, it's coming. There's a cat being saved, which is lovely. This is the devastation. If you look at this, this is a line of apartment buildings about that height, just pancaked, just all the way across. This one over here. This one you've been seeing probably all morning if you watch this at all. This one goes while people are watching. They're milling about. And I mean, there's no warning. It's not like it has a thing. It just is unstable and then it goes. It's just brutal. It's heartbreaking for the Turkish people and everybody who's there. These people were in a factory in I want to say this is like China or something. Yeah. Somebody's adding this. There are a bunch of videos, by the way, that are being popped up, including the nuclear plant that people show blowing up, which is actually a port in China blowing up from years ago. I don't know what the fuck people. Yeah, they saved this girl, which is really like, oh my God, just like your fucking heartbeat while you're participating in this. And whew, Jesus, they got her. Good on you guys. If I can look at these beautiful people, just take a second. Geopolitics aside, all that stuff, look at these people. Just the desperation in their hearts, trying to save this girl. And I want to remind you that anytime there's a devastation like this, there are hordes of good people who come out of the woodwork that we forget about when we're focusing on the idiots. And, it's what, there are a lot more Fred Rogers and Jimmy Carters out there than we know. And they speak all kinds of different languages. And they go about their day never knowing that they're going to be the person until it happens that is required in this moment to help somebody. It's like they're aid workers, hats on, all that kind of shit. And look at these guys, the other guys, just in their jackets, just, by the way, the dude who carries her away was, there was an earlier shot of them searching, and he was sticking his phone down in the holes trying to see people. And he's got it in his hand. You can see that. That's one of the ways they're doing it now. And there's probably, 35 people gathered around there looking for other people, in just this area, just this one little space. Dozens of them trying to help get her out safely and then move on to the next one and then move on to the next one and then move on to the next one. And I don't want, honest to God, I don't want people to ever forget that those people exist the world over. So there you go. That's before I tear up. That's my, there's been a bunch of angles of this building going down that you'll see. Oh, this is a different one. This is the other one. And it knocks this one sideways. It's not going to be good later. That's going to have to be demolished too. Look at the rubble. Just brutal. And like a lot of earthquakes striking early in the morning, in the night, when it's dark and everybody's asleep or at home. And then there's, So, I think this might be the one. Yeah, this guy's driving around that. They don't show the aftershock. But when I was in in LA for the 7.2, we had aftershocks afterwards that were in the fives for, a couple weeks afterwards. And I remember very distinctly a moment where everything had kind of shifted into an abnormal before it could rebuild into normal. And I went out into, there's not a lot of footage from Syria. We'll get to that in a second, though, too, because it's starting to come out of there. But it's slower because they just have a less of a functioning society. I went out to get the mail, and I hadn't seen my neighbor in days. So I kind of I was going to go knock on their door and make sure that they hadn't, part of their, I couldn't see that their roof had collapsed and they were under it and whatever, because I'd seen them before, but there were aftershocks. They had made it out of the first one, but that doesn't mean their house survived the second one and the third one, right? So anyways, I go out there and I'm waving, everybody good? After one of these fives, I just walked out to the street to just trying to check on my neighbors. So everybody was running out to the street after that whenever we felt a bigger one. And I looked down the street, down Chandler Boulevard in the Valley Village, which used to be North Hollywood, but they wanted to raise the real estate prices, so they changed its name. And the road, another aftershock hit, and the road was waving like this. I could see it. I could see it rise and fall like water. And the light posts, the electrical posts, were moving like pistons. They were doing like this. It was one of the most astounding, awe-inspiring things I've ever said. I've ever seen. How was it, Northridge 6.7? No, it was a 7.2. They were just this business. We've had other ones, by the way, so you may be talking about a different Miele. But I literally am watching a road, and it was distinctly like water. It was so fluid, and this is exponentially larger than that. Yeah, yes, I was not born in Valley Village, exactly, Cosmic Gross. Yeah. But you might live there because they changed the name out from under your feet. This is that same one going again. Yeah, multiple people, because everybody was evacuating this one particular place because, there it is. Jesus. Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is such bullshit. People keep putting this video up. That is not Turkey. That is from that plant in China where they were storing, I forget what it was, potassium and magnesium and sulfates and all kinds of other flammable shit, all right next to to each other. And somebody went, and the whole thing just went up instantly. This is the fault line that just went off. It said, people are saying this, a huge fault broke between Kahramanmaras. That's the extra N in there, threw me off. And Malatya. This is the reason why there's such strong and frequent earthquakes. The last time such an earthquake occurred in the same region was 1513. That of this magnitude. They've had ones in the 6s and 7s previous to that, or 6s and 5s, relatively 6. I want to say the last one, that might be the one you're thinking of, is the 6.8 chat room that they had in 1999. Yeah. Which again set off all the rapturites. We're like, this is it. Yeah. You can track, you know what? You can track earthquakes like this to cult suicides in all over the world. Small weirdo cults like the Hail Bop crowd, the Heaven's Gate folks. You can track them weeks from now doing themselves in because they're like, this is it. That's the sign. It's a sign, all right, going out of business. It's a Ghostbusters reference. Anyways, so here we go. I'm just going to make sure my Room is up and running for the guys when they show up. Whoops. Okay. Turn that on. Excellent. And then I've got to, oh yeah, I got to turn on my camera so they'll be able to see me when they show up. This is like the devastation is going. I mean, I don't even think people have wrapped their head around it. It's going to be brutal. And people. I saw news reports where they're like 1,300 or 1,500 dead in earthquakes overnight in Turkey. I'm like, you don't even know. You can't even make it. I don't even know how people even dare to make that, like, just that statement. How in the world can you even approximate a death and injury count from something this enormous, right after it happens? Like, it's almost like a move to dismiss. Yeah, earthquake is going to dead. Anyways, what we were talking about, like, it feels like that. Like, you have no fucking idea. They won't for, 7.8. God damn. And then, follow on, Christian following massive earthquake. Yeah, shit. Bless those people. Fuck. Yeah, this is a British. I think he's Nigerian, but he lived in England. He's a footballer. He apparently is trapped under the rubble. I don't know how they know that, whether it's that he's missing or that he's contacting someone. But that's been part of the story all morning. Yeah, the U.S., the EU, and Israel are already sending aid workers. Russia is sending soldiers. They were bragging about sending soldiers earlier. This fucking picture. God damn. Yeah, I'm going to rescue. Yeah, people are, and again, they're still having aftershocks. I need people to understand for a second. Just take a breath and recognize these people are crawling into these places to drag people out while there's still ongoing aftershocks. The audio and video is breaking up on mine. Oh. Well, I didn't. Oh, okay. Sorry. Skip detected. Yeah, I'm just being tormented. Hold on. It was one of the transfers I did. It might be backup audio. Yeah, that's because I brought that website up. Ratso. Okay. If it persists for another 5 minutes, hold on one second. Yeah, this is aggravating. Let's see. I'll close the settings. If it persists for another 5 minutes, I'm going to. Your video is dandy. Cam ISP, how your audio is going? Snap, crackle, pop. Yeah, that's hopefully it evens out. It isn't fixed. Yeah, I know. I am, but I'm back on this system. I had to fix the other part of the computer to start with. Let me do here, this kind of guy. See if I can fix it separately. Yeah. Well, my apologies. If it's totally intolerable, let me know in the next 10 minutes, and I will literally shut down this computer and start up on the other side so that when the guys come on, it's cleaner. But anyways, what I was saying was, and I'm gonna shut down anything that could be an issue. What I was saying was, it's both audio and video. It's intolerable. It's bad. It's pretty bad. Okay. All right. I'm going to shut down. I'll be right back. I will be right back after this, guys. Hang on. I'm going to switch computers. Love ya. Bye.